Hi everyone, happy Fun Friday. It's Miss Megan here, and today we are going to talk about music direction and pit conducting in the theater, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Now before we get started, I want to tell you guys I'm doing a bit of an Instagram takeover on the Keystone Theatrics Instagram page. So after you watch this video, if you want to go check out their story, and we're going to have a little sticker for you guys to ask any questions you want. It can be about anything with music direction, pit conducting, what it's like to work at Keystone, anything from music and theater life at college, anything you guys want to talk about. I will be answering your questions all day. And please ask questions. I miss you guys so much, and it would be so awesome to hear from you and see what you guys are interested in learning. So without further ado, let's talk about music direction. So the first question we're going to ask is, what is music direction and what does the music director do in a theater production? So the music director is basically in charge of everything revolving around music in a production of a musical. And sometimes this position is split into two, where you'll have the vocal director that teaches the cast the vocals, and the music director, which conducts the pit and teaches the pit their music. More often than not, though, you'll see those combined into one position, which is the music director being in charge of all of that. If you have ever seen a Keystone Theatrics main stage show, that's a situation where normally they have two different people doing those positions. Sometimes they'll have one person doing them, but it really depends on how big the show is, how big the pit is, what the production really needs to determine whether or not it's one or two people. And I've been involved in productions where it's been one music director and it's worked great. I've been in a situation where I was the music director and someone else was the vocal director, and that's worked great too. It's really all about what the director wants for their team and what the show needs to determine that. So when you're conducting a pit, there are two different ways you can do it. You can either piano conduct or you can stick conduct. Piano conducting is where the music director plays the main keyboard part and conducts with their head as they're playing, which tells the pit and the cast when to move out of vamps and things like that. I've seen a music director do this and it's worked beautifully. But what I like to do is stick conducting, and that is where the music director sits at a music stand with their score, and they have a baton, and all the instrumentalists are in charge of playing their instruments, but the conductor is separate. And then I would use a stick, or as musicians like to call it, a baton, to conduct. If you guys were in any KYT shows last year, you saw me use this fancy baton to conduct you guys. Fun fact about this baton, it's actually custom made for my measurements, so there is not a baton like this in the entire world, which I think is super cool. But I know a lot of people don't have this at home, and we're going to do a fun conducting exercise later, so you'll need a baton. Here are some fun things that you can use at home to conduct. You can use a pencil, a reusable straw, either plastic or metal, a makeup brush, preferably one of the longer ones, but use whatever you got, a cooking utensil with a long, thin handle like this spoon, or if you're feeling it, a Harry Potter collectible wand. I have seen this used in performance, and it's really cool. So don't be afraid to try this if you have it. Alright, so let's learn how to conduct. So I'm going to teach you a basic 4/4 pattern, and this is probably the most common pattern you'll see in musical theater because most songs are in an even beat, like 4 or 2. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your baton in your dominant hand. I'm left-handed to give you reference for what's happening here. So if you're right-handed like most people, do the opposite of whatever I'm doing. Put it in your right hand. For all my lefties out there, put it in your left hand. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your baton down, over, across your body. So if you're left-handed, you'll go right. If you're right-handed, you'll go left, out, so the opposite way of where you just went, and then back up, kind of through the middle. So down, over, out, up. Try it with me. 2, ready, and down, over, out, up, down, over, out, up. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but as I'm conducting, I'm kind of aiming for this stripe on my shirt. And this is so I'm keeping each of my beats on an even plane, and that way the actors and musicians will know exactly where my beat will land. So find something that you can look at, either while you're recording yourself or doing something where you can try to hit that even mark every single time. Now, You can use this pattern with anything in 2 or 4, and that's really common in musical theater. In addition to showing actors and musicians the tempo and the beat of whatever they're performing, you also have to show them what the style is and what the character of the piece they're singing is, or whatever they're performing. If you were in Emma last year, you'll remember there was that one day I was kind of jumping around like a crazy person, and that was without a baton, me showing you the energy that I wanted you guys to have when you were singing. And conductors kind of do the same thing, but we can't jump around like crazy people during a performance. So what we do is we show you through our arm movements how we want the song to be performed. So we are going to do our fun conducting activity with some songs from High School Musical that are contrasting, but you can still use the 4/4 pattern for both of them. And I'm going to show you the difference between conducting nice and smoothly or really articulate for a fun upbeat song. So this first one is really fun and upbeat. We all know and love this song, What I've Been Looking For, where Sharpay and Ryan are auditioning for their school musical. If you listen to it, you can hear it's in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hear what I mean? So we can use quick articulate motions to conduct this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try it with me. 1, 2, ready, and. You got it, you got it. Notice I'm still aiming for this line on my shirt, keeping that nice and consistent, and nice, sharp, and articulate. And that's how you cut people off, in case you didn't know. Now that we know how to do the quick and articulate upbeat conducting, I'm going to show you another song that's in 4/4. And this is the What I've Been Looking For reprise when Troy and Gabriella are auditioning and singing together for the first time at East High. Now this is more romantic, soft, but it's still in 4/4, so we can use the same pattern, but we're not going to be as articulate as before. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try it, ready, go. See, it's nice and smooth compared to the sharp, articulate from before. Nice and smooth. Very nice. So now you guys know how to conduct some real songs from real shows. Now my challenge for you guys is to find a recording of All in This Together, which is also in 4/4, and so that way you guys can conduct along to it and send it to us either on Instagram or make a TikTok of it and tag us, because we really want to see you guys working on your skills. I guess that's it for Fun Friday, and I'm so glad you guys have tuned in. Thank you for all of the support that you've been giving us over the past 2 weeks. We've really enjoyed making content for you during these unprecedented times, and we're going to keep making content for you starting up again next Monday. Don't forget to check out the Keystone Theatrics Instagram page for a takeover featuring yours truly. I know, so exciting. And keep using the hashtags KYT Online and All in This Together. And I'm so happy that you guys tuned in today. I miss you all so much. Have a wonderful, fun Friday. Love you guys.